My thighs are cold.
And batten down the hatches.
Mm-hmm.
Batter down the hatches?
Baton.
Baton.
Yeah.
You see, that's another possible egg corn for me.
Oh, really? Batter down the hatches, you said?
Yeah, pour batter down the hatches. I thought it was a medieval war method.
Right.
Pour some batter down them hatches.
Oh, I've got batter all over me!
Oh, my God! That's a joke for the under-7s.
That's a good joke.
Thanks, mate.
I'm under 7.
Doing my best.
Mentally.
I mean, that holds up well, doesn't it?
Yes.
Is it just because this is music from our era and we're determined to think that it does hold up
I don't
well?
think so. I'm still convinced that the Human League are a historically important band, and I remember seeing them on one of those clip shows where they were treated as a sort of weird one-hit wonder phenomena.
Right.
And I think that's disrespectful. I think they're
Phenomenon,
a
of course it would
phenomenon.
be.
Is that what? Did I say it wrong?
They are a single phenomenon.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Not many phenomena. Although there were
Right, you are.
3 phenomena within the band. The ladies.
Wish I'd never said it.
And
now.
so do I. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have corrected you.
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I shouldn't have.
I say,
This is I'm
about the
getting
correction, I'm so sorry.
Getting a flash forwarded to the Buxton Christmas in about 2028 when you're 60.
This is my...
I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
When you're a problem, Grandad.
Do you know, we were on the radio for 3 years.
Do we have to have Grandpa Adam around?
Look, I've got all the podcasts. Come on, everyone, let's play them. This is the one where Joe and myself had to write a song. I wrote one about Stephen Fry. Can you imagine that?
Oh, no. Grandpa Adam's made us smell again.
Sorry for the smell, for the stinky. Where's my sherry? Where's my sherry?
It's probably just a glimpse into a week's time.
Exactly.
Current
with my...
Buxton Christmas.
That's my dad. But I was also listening to John Sessions reading Armageddon by Max Hastings, which is all about the battle for Germany, 1944 to 45. And that's obviously a more serious book in a lot of ways, a historical novel, and not a novel, but a historical account of that period in Germany's history. And, serious stuff. But John Sessions throws himself wholeheartedly from quite an early stage into doing impressions of many of the key players, right? And he's obviously a very gifted impressionist, John Sessions. So it's not a stretch for him. But it's quite a shock when you first start hearing him do it because you don't expect it. Here's an example. This is an American accent that he does for, I think it's one of the people that's not famous. It's Trooper... What's he called? Trooper John Thorpe. This is just a bit of reported speech, and here's Sessions doing the accent.
Trooper John Thorpe wrote in his diary, "And Jerry gives himself up to us in a cabbage field. The water is running out of his clothes. He's covered in mud and shaking with cold and fright."
So yeah, he's gone.
Is he South African there?
No, he's from New York. So
Is he now?
I think he is, yeah. But so Sessions, that's like one of these sort of anonymous accents. That's Trooper John Thorpe is not a famous person per se, so he's just going for a generic American accent there. But then other characters are more well known, and he does not shy away from ascribing the correct accent. For example, here's Churchill.
Churchill dissented. He wrote to the Joint Intelligence Committee, "It is at least as likely that Hitler will be fighting on the 1st of January as it is that he will collapse before then."
I mean,
It turns him into a bit of a caricature, doesn't it?
a little bit, yeah.
Is this a serious book, the tone of this?
It's very serious.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bad war, wasn't it?
It was. Apparently it was one of the worst.
Died and everything.
Yeah.
But, that's interesting.
I mean, that's a good Churchill impression. You can't take away from it.
Well, it's not very difficult.
But it's not hard to do a Churchill impression, and it's not something that we necessarily do in the middle of a serious book.
Now, who was that?
That was
Johnny Churchill's
Jimmy
friend.
Cranky.
Here's another one right now, and this is for Bill Deeds, in fact, the journalist who was also fighting in the Second World War.
This is still Sessions doing an impression of Deeds.
This is Sessions doing Deeds, yeah.
"In those days, we knew so little about the Russians," said Major William Deeds of 12th King's Royal Rifle Corps.
I mean,
"We were much more interested in listening to Vera Lynn on the radio."
Bill Deeds was known for his kind of slurry speech, apparently.
So these are informed impressions.
Yes.
I mean, Sessions knows how these people speak, and he's doing a kind of informed.
Yes, he does.
Pastiche.
But again, if it's like a person who isn't so well known, whose accent is not as well known as, say, Churchill or Bill Deeds or whatever, he still has a go at the accent.
Is not the distinction that if you want your programme to be taken seriously, like Wallander,
Yeah.
you dispense with all accents,
Right.
even though it's a massive suspension of disbelief. If you want your programme or your fiction to be taken not seriously, like, say, the comedy series Hello, Hello, everybody speaks like this.
That's right.
And so that's what Sessions has ignored. That's the mistake he's made,
He's
isn't
somewhere in between, though, because his accents are good. You know, I mean, he is.
Yeah, but I'm saying accents are per se stupid.
Right,
There
right.
is not, you can't do an accent and not be slightly stupid.
Well, he sort of agrees with you, because when it comes to the Germans, he doesn't do an accent. So what's all that? So, like, he does accents for the British and the Americans, and
why does he not do German accents?
why not the German? So here he is talking about Sergeant Helmut Gunther, not a well-known person, but just a member of the German army there.
Sergeant Helmut Gunther said, "We were amazed that it took the Allies so long to engage us. We were utterly exhausted. Yet we were given the chance to catch our breath and regroup at Metz."
Not even bothering with that one.
Bothering.
And here's another one, Frau Keuchel, he talks about, just a German lady. Yeah.
Frau Keuchel wrote to her husband, "It is dreadful to realize that Tommy is coming nearer every hour. Here people are full of fears."
She's softer because she's a lady.
Exactly.
Yes.
And she is worried. She's full of fears. So he's not even going there with the accent. That's a shame, don't you think? I was excited about the German accents.
It is a bit of a shame, but it does back up my point, don't you think?
I don't know. I think there's a way of doing it. I had a stab, and I think I did a very tasteful job of
Really?
it. Here's Helmut Gunther, my way.
Sergeant Helmut Gunther said,
We were amazed that it took the Allies so long to engage us. We were utterly exhausted, yet we were given the chance to regroup and catch our breath at Metz!
Why is he so excited about Metz?
Because he's a bit of a baddie.
Is he?
That's the way.
You know more than Sessions does about this guy.
I do. Did a bit of research. He's a bit of a baddie, and he was very excited about Metz.
That's the way he talked.
And this is how I would do Frau Keuchel.
Frau Keuchel wrote to her husband,
It is dreadful to realize that Tommy is coming nearer every hour. People are full of fears.
That's quite moving, though, isn't it?
Well, she sounds less feminine than Sessions.
Yeah.
She sounds like maybe
She was a very manly woman.
Was she?
Yes. You know, I found my books of CD singles during the week. I used to buy quite a lot of CD singles and we'd put them in. Do you do that at all organisationally? How do you do your CDs? They're on shelves in alphabetical order, are they?
They're not enough. They're by genre.
By genre?
Yeah.
And not alphabetically ordered within the genre?
No.
Do you find it easy to find things that way?
Yeah.
How many have you got?
About 10,000.
Right. I don't have so many, but the CD singles are in those weird books, zip-up, filey books.
Yeah.
And, man, it was a real treasure trove
Absolutely Trevor Trove.
of stuff that I haven't listened to for ages. And luckily I found a whole lot of hip-hop that is in radio edits.
Uh-huh.
Clean versions. Because as a hip-hop fan, I find it difficult to select stuff to play because of all the swearing.
Swearing, bad language.
Yes, bad language, and very nasty about ladies.
No, the way I do it organisationally is I've got them on shelves, and the ones I like most I've got at head height.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, sort of like a newsagent's.
Exactly.
Are the filthier ones on the top shelf?
Yeah, the absolute filth is on the top shelf. Generally, like the dance music that I felt compelled to buy in the
Right.
past and just never listened to. I've got that, like all the Goa trance compilations.
What's at foot level?
Foot level is compilations that friends have made for me, and
You don't like
also
your friends
no, I
very
do. I
much.
just like crawling.
Ah, you like to crawl
Love
to your
crawl.
friends. To
Every now and
appreciate
again,
yourself.
when I fall over, I just think, oh look, there's that compilation. Also, I've got soundtracks down there, film soundtracks.
That's not very respectful.
Sound effect CDs. Listen, I use these a lot, but
My soundtracks are at the top.
are they?
Yeah, they tend to gravitate upwards, the classical music and the soundtracks.
Right.
Because they're haughty. They're high art.
Yeah.
My bottom shelf would be CD singles and video games.
No, CD singles I've got on the very top shelf, along with
Really?
Goa trance. Yeah.
CD singles.
Sugar shingles on
My
the top
CD
shelf.
singles are on the top shelf.
Listen, are we going to do any Textination
That
stuff?
wasn't a racist accent, by the way. It was just...
Where would it be
You've got to
from?
be careful. From a place where everybody talks like that.
Sugar shingle. That was, excuse me, I heard you say that, Oik. I thought it was very racist to people from a country. Where is your country?
I don't know, it's got Serbia.
Serbia now, is it?
No, Serbia.
Oh, Serbia.
Yeah.
There's no snow in your Serbia.